Good morning again. I am going to finish our little girl. I have decided to add, as I told you, a couple of somethings to bring out the idea of this little hiding flower and these leaves. So I'm doing French knot. I made extra holes for the French knots here, and I put it at where two of the vines meet. So I thought I would show you 2, 3. Okay, we need another. Need another knot. Back in here. Yes, there we go. 1, 2, 3. Back down in the hole. Pulling the thread through and we get our French knot. And of course there are either 3 or 5 of these in each one of these spots. I hope that you are having or planning to have a nice weekend. I'm quite happy to be thinking of the end of our little girl. I have been thinking about ways to utilize this in our journal making, and I think I've come to a few ideas. Of course, none of these are. There we go. We have our last 3 little roses or little whatevers. I have been thinking about ways to add this slow stitch idea to journaling cards and pockets and so forth. And it looks like the sky is the limit on the types of stitchery that you can put on it. Just have to make the holes, and they, as I've proved here, they don't need to be perfect. They just need to be carefully done. And okay, so let's check to make sure I got all of them. 5, 5, 3, 5, 3. Okay, now I'm going to put this needle away because it's in the category of a good friend. And these are the needles and so forth that I use for binding on journals. Now, okay, oops. I think I would lose my will if I didn't have that in a special spot. Oh my goodness gracious. My mind is just going ahead because if you could see my desktop, you would know that I have I've gotten out my watercolor brushes, and of course, what did I forget? I forgot the watercolors. I'll be back in 1 minute or less. Okay, I'll use the Daniel Smith for today. Okay, there you go. this will go here. This will go here. And let's test. I'm a great one for testing when something is as important as this. Well, we have some undersea green, some green gold, and some olive green. Oh, they sound like fun. Okay, the three of them right here. And are we going to have room? Yes, we are. And there's our palette. And here are the testers. But before that, I'm going to close this over, because these leaves are going to need to be small, and therefore I'm going to swatch them to see what size brush I might want to do the job. We have a Princeton liner, number 1, a Princeton Select Filbert, number 2, a number 1. I'm not going to spend my time trying to read that, that's very small. A Princeton Round 70. Oh, that's a fine baby. Okay, and these that I love to death. This is a silver black velvet, and it's a number 4. Don't know yet, but let's move. I'm thinking of trying my favorite first. Let's try the undersea green. Let's get a little green going here. Make a beautiful point, and they hold the water very nicely. Okay, we only want a small leaf effect, but they do hold the water, so you do get the water run, but it screams at you that you're doing watercolors now. Okay, let's see, you notice the number of leaves that you can do here. Well, that's quite pretty. That's quite pretty. Now, let's try the green gold. Let's try green gold. And olive. I think that needs just a smidge more water. Okay. And let's go to, this one and see what happens. We'll start back there at undersea green. Those are too big, I think. So, let's try a little. Let's try some here. Oh, no, 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 no. That was not happy. That was not a happy leaf. I haven't used these in ages. They do come to a lovely point. But you're really supposed to use the tips of these. Nope. Now back to it. Well, well, well. It's going to end up having to be olive green. Yes, it is. It works well. It plays well with this green that's here. So, and which one was easiest to do? Well, I'm going to give this one a try because it set up a nice point. So, off we go. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm going to have to do some wiggling and turning here. Let me show you. It's not pulling one leaf the way the my favorite up there would have been, but because of that wonderful point, it does allow you to paint on the shape of the leaf. Let me show you. I'm going to put this in my mouth, which I shouldn't do and you shouldn't do. There we go. Pull him tighter down here. There we go. One more. And just one more on that side. And I'll stop and get these leaves on, because I know that you don't need to watch me. Sorry, I have to keep turning it because I'm upside down. I'm not really seeing what I've done. Ah, yes, we can do that. We can do that. Okay, I'm going to finish adding on the using this Pentel something something. It's the imprint has worn a little bit. Number 1. Hollow. It looks like a drinking straw. And I know it's either from Japan or China. I'll be back. All right, mission accomplished. Now, I have a very fine Micron 02 archival ink, waterproof and fade proof, and as you can see, this is extremely fine, and that's just what this calls for. So, let me get to the fun bits here. I'm practically not touching this pen so that it kind of has a life of its own. Just to build a little frame and our background, and I'm going to do the outline of this antique paper piece of collage. This down and hold this paper because it's moving a little bit on the binding. Now our little girl. Here we go, switching this around on you, but have to do it. And here. There. Now let me have a good squint, and I mean that literally. Whoa! Whoa! I'm sure you were saying, Carol, pay attention, girl. There. And I'm going to, there. It can happen sometimes that you get a pen in your hand and you proceed to overdo things. And I was feeling the urge to do more pen than she needs, because she's pale, and yet I want her to, I want her to speak to the entire composition. So I do hope that you have enjoyed joining me today. And that you will try this on your own. There are many things that are just waiting to happen here, and I hope that you have enjoyed sharing my learning experience with you. Let me get you closer to her so that you can see what the lines have done. Now those lines here, 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 and here were on the original that I copied, because I thought she was faded out too much. So I'm glad I chose that pen for the leaves, because I literally drew that pen on, those leaves on with that pen brush, sorry, goodness. Please consider joining me. I do hope you have had fun, and if you have, I would appreciate you giving me a thumbs up, leaving a comment, and I would be tickled if you would subscribe to my channel. Bye now. There we go.